What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you want to walk into any room and be the most confident person in there, you need to listen and watch this video. Confidence is something you cannot fake. I'm sorry to be the bearer of the bad news, but you can try to fake confidence, but it's only in a matter of time where it won't work out. Confidence is something that you have to actually build for yourself, and I'm going to show you how. Start by looking at couples that are so untouchable. They're in an amazing relationship with each other. They love each other so much. There's not one thing that anyone can say or do to get in the way. No one can interfere with their love, and no one can turn them against each other. No matter what, this couple always supports each other. They always have each other's back. No matter what, they come first. So imagine having that kind of relationship within yourself, for yourself, with yourself. Imagine being so untouchable. There's not one thing anyone can say to you that's going to lower your self-esteem, shake you, or your love for yourself. That is the goal. So what do you need to do to get there? You need to build that relationship within yourself. The first thing is learn to enjoy your own company. What do these couples do? They spend a lot of time with each other. You're gonna have to do the same thing. You're gonna have to invest a lot of time with yourself alone. And a lot of us truthfully don't like to be alone. Like, so many of you approach the weekend like, oh my god, it's fight or die. I have to have fun with ABC people. God forbid I'm home alone on a Saturday night all by myself. It's like, what does that tell yourself? It's insulting. It's like saying, or as if you had a friend who wanted to spend time with you and you're like, oh, God forbid I gotta hang out with her alone. It's insulting. You have to enjoy your own company. Don't be afraid to be alone. You might actually enjoy being alone with yourself than other people. You need to bond with yourself again. It's really important. The more time you spend with other people, the less time you are taking time for yourself. Find out what it is that you enjoy doing for you, not what you enjoy doing with other people. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself in the mirror. It is so important to give yourself those things you need. If it's love, if it's confidence, if you're feeling like you're insecure about something, talk to yourself. What do we see in those relationships? They're always supporting each other. They're always saying nice things to each other, like, I love you, I support you, I have your back, I'm here for you, you are so beautiful, you are so handsome, you're so kind, you're so successful, you're everything. Tell yourself those things. I know it's funny at first looking at yourself in the mirror and telling you those things constantly, but once you do, you'll start to actually believe them. There's so much science behind this too. I've seen experiments where they're like, talk to ice and the ice that was spoken to in kind loving words had these beautiful patterns under this microscope. And there's also experiences with plants where if you feed it with love versus if you give bad energy, that plant doesn't survive. They like die, and those plants who were spoken love blossom into beautiful things. And this is so true. Energy is exchanged with words. You need to give yourself good, loving, positive words. Words of affirmation are such a big factor. And if it's awkward for you to talk to yourself in the mirror, to look at yourself in the mirror and say those things to you, you can just go on any YouTube channel that does affirmations and find one that is specific for you. You can find feminine affirmations, positive affirmations, manifestation affirmations, confidence affirmations. Start listening to those things while you're washing the dishes, getting dressed, folding clothes, on the way somewhere, doing errands. And the more you keep hearing those affirmations in your head, the funny thing is that it starts reprogramming your thoughts. If you're genuinely a person that speaks negatively to yourself, or you don't speak negatively to yourself but your thoughts are just so negative, let's say you have a thought that comes in your head and it gets you depressed, listening to these positive affirmations are going to subconsciously alter your thoughts, and you're gonna start to reprogram your brain to think in a more positive and healthier way. And trust me, if in a few weeks, if you are consistently telling yourself these positive things or listening to the positive affirmations, you are going to feel brand new. I promise you. Invest in yourself too, not only with time but money too. Find things that will make you happy. Find a hobby, find a class, find any self-care thing that can help you, that will make you feel good. If it's lighting a candle and relaxing and putting on a romantic movie, or taking a spa bath and just lathering yourself up, don't just dress up for other people, dress up for yourself. If you are home, get ready for yourself. You'll feel so much better when you gotten up from bed and you made your own bed and you put yourself together. If you put together your appearance not for anyone else but yourself, you'll feel so much better. When you look better, you feel better, and you are more productive. You are more likely to have a better day. This next one is super huge, and I feel like it's so underestimated by other people, but we need to connect with our body. Many of us do not connect with ourselves on a physical level, and it's crazy to me because our bodies are our temples. It's our vessel. This being carries everything, our soul, our energy, everything. And so many of us are not in touch or not in tune with our bodies. And it took me a long while how to do this and just to practice connecting to my body. And there are so many different ways. And one obvious way is eating healthier. If you are eating junk food, eating out all the time, you don't know what they're putting in your food. Learn how to cook, or learn how to make a really good salad. It doesn't have to be something super crazy. It could be something super simple. If you are eating something and it's hurting your stomach, listen to your body. If you are getting super jittery when you drink so much caffeine, limit your caffeine. If you drink alcohol and you know that you're feeling bloated or you're gonna feel super depressed the next morning just by drinking 2 cups of beer, listen to your body. Your body is always trying to tell you things, and we tend to ignore it. It's so rude. Another thing you can do is, and I really think you should try it, is yoga and meditation. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, yoga is this extreme thing. It's something that like you're using so much muscle, or you have to be this type of person to do yoga. No, yoga does so much for your body. If you don't even want to think about yoga, stretching. The moment you start stretching, you won't be able to stop, because once you start connecting to your body and realizing like what hurts and what's tight and what you're holding on to, you will never ever be okay with not stretching again. Like you'll always want to stretch and feel loose and be flexible. It's so euphoric, to be honest. Like so many of us walk on a daily basis super stiff and so uncomfortable, but we don't even realize it because we're so used to it. But until you start stretching and releasing a lot of negative energy, yes, a lot of negative energy gets stored into our bodies. Especially as women, we hold so much energy into our hips. Trauma, like physically, like let's say you got into a horrible fight with somebody a couple years ago, or you had a bad breakup, you can still be holding on to that energy in your body. It's crazy, super crazy what deep stretching does for you. Don't be surprised if you start crying in the middle of a really, really deep yoga class, because sometimes your traumas in your body are just being released. After you do that, you're going to feel like a million bucks. You're gonna walk around so free, so light, so loosened up, and you're gonna see that it's gonna affect your mood in a good way. I do recommend you drink a lot of water and fluids before and after you stretch and or do yoga. Another thing is trust. You need to trust yourself. And it's not so much like I'm gonna go around trusting everyone, but it's more so you trust yourself so much that you know that I'm working on myself, on becoming the best version of myself, and I'm always going to honor myself in any situation that I am put into or I put myself through. No matter who I'm dealing with, what I'm dealing with, I am always going to approach a situation where I honor myself and respect myself. I'm not going to diss myself or disrespect myself or put anyone else before me. I'm going to put myself first and handle the situation with grace. When you're building trust with yourself, you need to keep every promise to yourself. If you promise yourself, oh, I said I'm going to work out 3 to 5 times a week, honor yourself and do that. Don't break any promises to yourself. Just like in any relationships or friendships, if someone keeps breaking their promise with you, what happens? You don't trust them, right? So it's the same thing with yourself. If you honor and respect yourself and make these promises with yourself, keep them. One thing for trust is don't ever go and ask for someone's opinion ever again. Honestly, because you have to trust yourself so much that you don't care what other people think. If I love myself and I back myself and I trust myself, I don't need to know what someone else thinks before I do something. No, I trust my own opinion, I trust my own judgment, and that's the best thing you can do to build trust with yourself. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you in the next video.